Hey guys, spiritual whistleblower here. I am stuck in my car because it is pouring down raining and I have no umbrella and it's cold. Like, this is Memorial Day weekend and it's supposed to be hot. It's freezing. Look, I got my hoodie and hat on and it's fucking cold. But we got to remember Mercury retrograde begins tomorrow. So here comes the crazy shit, y'all. The next few weeks, just pay attention to your surroundings. The X might pop up. This is the time where all the toxic people really start, stalking their old victims. All types of communication is mixed up and stuff. So Mercury retrograde, you guys be careful. So let me just turn out the light. Y'all can see me. Hey. I'm gonna put a trigger warning on this video. I'm going to give you a heads up, okay? Because I don't want you watching this video and you start, being triggered and teary-eyed. That's not my intent. But I am giving you a heads up. I'm about to, touch on something that you won't hear life coaches talking about. And I don't do the surface shit. I'm the type of life coach. I get to the root of things and I talk about things that are uncomfortable, because you can't heal if you don't deal with the root of your childhood traumas. So in this video, I want to talk about how a narcissistic mother will take the side of her boyfriend or husband after he molest after he molests her daughter. This is a very, very common problem. I have coached so many women who have their mother was abusive and narcissistic, and not only that, the mother may have been in a situation where she had several boyfriends, or whether it's a father or a stepfather situation, that man molested her daughter, and instead of the mother doing the right thing and kicking the man out and protecting her child, she took the side of her man and treated her daughter like another woman in the streets. So we're going to talk about that. For those of you who have experienced this, my heart goes out to you. I've had it happen to me. I've had this horrible ordeal happen to me. And to have a mother who knows what type of man she has. Trust me, your mother knows this man is a whore. She knows he's a liar, a cheater. He can cheat on her and mistreat her, and she'll still stay with him. She knows what type of man he is. Trust me, she knows. But because she's a narcissist, she's already jealous of her own daughter. And instead of her looking at this from she's supposed to be your guardian, your protector. No, she's looking at it as a competition. Like, you want her man. And she's going to treat you like you're some type of side chick trying to break her relationship up, okay? I will share my experience with you and tell you guys how I'm handling my experience. I want to give you validation and confirmation to tell you you did not deserve that. You deserve a mother that loves and supports and most importantly protects you. And your mother doesn't deserve the title of being a fucking mother. She's a piece of shit. And the man that did what he did to you, trust me when I tell you, God is going to make him suffer. The amount of karma that this pedophile has coming to him will be astronomical. You have to walk away and give it over to God. And your mother will also be punished by God. Trust me. My experience, like I've mentioned this in my other videos, My mother is completely delusional. I have the type of mother who she very well knows that she was violent to me and my brother. She was very disrespectful, nasty mouth, called, I don't know how many times I was called bitch, tramp, whore, fat ass, names to destroy my self-esteem. When you're a young girl, especially a teenager, these are the critical years. Your parents should be building you up, building your self-esteem up, teaching you self-respect, teaching you how to avoid toxic men. These are the responsibilities, especially your father. Like I told you, I have a narcissistic father, and he never taught me any of that. Never. My father never protected me. And when I told my father I was molested, he damn sure he did nothing. He did nothing. He didn't even confront the man at all. And narcissistic men and women, they do not defend their children from abusive partners. How many of y'all have had a situation where your parents knew you were being abused by your lover, and your parents took the side of your motherfucking lover? My ex-husband punched me in the face, gave me a black eye. I put him in jail. He calls my father collect from jail with a sob story. Meanwhile, my eye is hanging out of my face. It took my eye. I had a really black eye. It took 6 weeks to heal. My father calls me up and says, "What did you do to make this man hit you?" I said, What? You're supposed to be my father, my protector. Why aren't you snapping on this man? And no, my father sided with my abuser. Yeah, it's sad, y'all. So in the case with my mother, I would say, I don't know, I was about 14 years old. My mother got in trouble for some type of money laundering or fraud, and she had to go to prison. I was told Kentucky or somewhere. She didn't serve much time, but she did have to go away. The family lied to me and my siblings and said she went away to some sort of diet camp, for her health. But as we got older, we figured out that she really, she got locked up. So while she was incarcerated, this was the deal. My grandmother and father, my father was living with his mother. So my grandmother on my father's side, they would take care of me and my siblings from Monday to Friday. So we stayed with my grandmother and my father Monday through Friday. And then on the weekends, they would send us to go stay with my mother's second husband. I refuse to call him a stepfather. He is trash. He's a fucking nasty ass pedophile. I will never acknowledge him as any type of father. Not a father figure, not nothing. Very criminal mind. He's also an ex-convict. He and my mother together are very criminal minded. He's a former drug dealer. He had a very nasty reputation as the whore in the town, slept around with everybody. He fucked my mother's girlfriends. I mean, this is the thing. She knows he's a whore. I mean, there's no way I could stay with a man that slept with one of my girlfriends. How can you trust him? But my mother stayed with him. But while she was locked up and incarcerated, and we stayed with my nana and father from Monday to Friday, they sent us to go stay with him on the weekends. The bedroom was small. There was a bunk bed. My brother and sister slept in a bunk bed, and there was another twin bed adjacent to the bunk bed. I slept in that bed. My nana gave me a beautiful nightgown. It was peach. It wasn't see-through, but it was like almost there, chiffon. It was like a chiffon, very pretty. And, I was sleeping one night and I felt his hands just like fondling my ass, rubbing me on my ass, and I jumped out my sleep. That was the only way he would stop fondling me and grabbing my ass, as if I would pretend like I was waking up. And I was like, I felt my heart pounding through my chest. Like, oh my God. And at the time, I was very soft-spoken. I was very shy. This predator, this fucking horrible piece of shit pedophile, he did this repeatedly. Every time he would creep into the bedroom at night to touch me, I would have to pretend like I'm waking up so that he would stop. And my mother, this went on. He did it repeatedly. And when my mother finally got out of prison, it took me a while to tell her, but I was in high school, and I said, Mom, he's nasty. He molested me. And I don't know. She might have told a few of her friends. She might have told my grandparents, but she made a conscious decision to say, you know what? Fuck it. You're lying. I'm going to stay with my man. She just dismissed the whole thing. There was not an investigation done. She did not call police and file a report. She did not call Child Protective Services and file so they can investigate. Nothing was done. When I told my mother I was molested, she made a choice to say, fuck you, bitch, I'm staying with my man. That was how many years ago? Here it is, 2021. I am 45 years old. My story has never changed. I've never switched the story, what I wore, when it happened, what time it happened. I have remained consistent with the story. I stand solid because at the end of the day, I don't have nothing to gain from neither one of them. I don't bother neither one of them for money. I don't step foot in their house, and I don't let my daughter go anywhere near. I don't want him touching my daughter. I didn't want him doing this to my sister. When my sister was 8, 9 years old, I would say, please don't walk around him with pajamas. My sister knows I warned her. But because my sister is a narcissist and they're all cut from the same cloth, because he's definitely a sociopath, my mother's a sociopath, narcissists stick together no matter how much dirt they do. So I'm very ashamed of my sister that she continues to interact with a pedophile. And that she's very dismissive after I was protective and I warned her about him. I have no respect for her. So my mother chucked it up as telling family I'm crazy. It's a lie. Why would you do that? As a mother, I know I have a daughter, and my daughter comes to me with something like that. That the nigga better pray I don't stab the fuck out of him, number one. Number two, the police will be contacted, and so will CPS. There's going to be an investigation, because another thing, he could be out there doing this to another young child. I won't even say young girl, because these pedophiles touch boys too. They're nasty. These men be in marriages and touching young boys. So I'm not going to say little girls, just children. They touch boys and girls. A pedophile is nasty. So to my mother, I have no respect. Because she's a narcissist, because she is toxic and codependent, she'd rather stay with a toxic man, treat her daughter like shit, and tell everybody her daughter's crazy, when she had an obligation to report the child molestation and have it investigated. But the beautiful thing is this: now that I'm a grown woman and I have done research on the state of New Jersey's laws on child molestation, I now can press charges. New Jersey has a statute of limitations that, and those limitations, there's no timeline, no time limitation, which means that I can press charges right now on this man, subpoena him to court, and make him answer to the charges. And like I said, I want him and myself to both take a lie detector test to clear my name. Because once that is done and the truth comes out, I'm going to embarrass the fuck out my mother. There's a lot of people in her inner circle that know I'm telling the truth, but I need my name cleared. She is a disgusting fucking piece of shit mother. You know, when you have a narcissistic parent, they set you up for failure. They destroy your self-esteem in your teenage years. Then when you become a grown woman and you start attracting toxic men and abusive relationships, they want to sit up and pass judgment when they didn't do anything to set a positive example when you were a child. Your parents had an obligation to teach you self-respect. Your parents had an obligation to make sure you had high self-esteem so that you can tell a man so you can spot these types of men. You won't even give this type of man access into your life to abuse you. Your parents fucked you all up. They had one job and they failed at it. Some of them think because they provide food and a roof over your head, that's parenting. No, that's providing, but it's not being a parent. Being a parent requires nurturing, protection, validation, respect. You got to respect your children the way you want them to respect you. This is why we have a generation of broken men and women that are fucking lost, because their parents, including mine, in that baby boomer age, was more addicted to the street culture instead of raising their motherfucking kids right. My mother is fucking delusional. She's dismissive. She is a sociopath who lacks accountability. And all she can say is, I did the best I could. I wish you would shut up, sweep it underneath the rug, and get over it. Well, my answer to her is this: you do not dictate someone's healing process. You do not get the chance to abuse someone. You abuse, bully, mistreat your children. Then when they become adults and they're old enough to get the fuck away from you, you become angry and frustrated because you can no longer wave you can't control your adult children. You can't control their money. You can't dictate their lives. And you can't sit up and say, you just need to get over it. I wish you would just get over it. You are not in control of people's healing process. You don't get to dictate how your children handle. You ought to be glad your children didn't fucking stab you to death. Y'all know there's this, I forget the name of the young girls. There was a story, these two young girls, they were twins. Y'all know they're teenage girls. Their mother was fucking abusing them and the girls stabbed their mother to death. My mother is very fortunate that me and my brother did not snap when we were teenagers and fucking kill her or beat the bloody piss out of her. Because she'll bring it up out of you. Then she'll sit back and play victim like she don't know what the fuck, why would my children do this to me? Bitch, you know exactly why your children. Me and my brother, it takes so much resilience and courage to walk away from someone so toxic, someone who gave birth to you that nearly tried to destroy you. Now she wants to sit up and say, why can't y'all just get over it? It wasn't that bad. I don't even remember half the shit I did. Why can't we just... No, you don't get to dictate your children's healing process. You caused your children complex post-traumatic stress disorder. That is not your decision. You don't get to dictate or tell your children how they should heal and how long they should heal, and how dare you tell your children to get over it. You have not reached out to your children to apologize for the pain and trauma you've caused them, nor have you even consulted with a therapist to get yourself together, let alone reach out to your children to heal in family therapy. My mother needs to be diagnosed clinically by a psychiatrist in the presence of her children. But she knows she's disordered. She knows she's toxic, and she's afraid of having her behavior diagnosed. She doesn't want anyone to figure her out, but we figured her out. And for that, for being a toxic mother, for not protecting her children, continuing to be a bully, she tried it with me in court. She got shut down. Now God is going to dismantle her life. Trust me when I tell y'all, these types of mothers and fathers do not get away. They will have to pay. They will reap what they sow. God will dismantle their lives. And one of the punishments that your parents will have to sit back and take is watching their child become a success story, a better mother, a better parent, making more money. You're going to be a way better human being than what your parents were. And they're going to sit there and they're going to be fucked up when you treat them like they're dead. They can't get to you. They can't touch your money. And you're going to treat them like shit when they get old and they need you to wipe their ass in the nursing home and you turn your back on them. Oh, that's one of the punishments. Karma is not no joke. Listen, if no one has told you, I'm going to tell you. I believe your story. You deserve a better parent. And if you have children, be a better parent to your children. Give your children the validation and love that they deserve. Do not buy the fact that your parents, oh, we did the best we could. That's a cop-out. No, they did not do the best they could. They chose violence. They chose to be assholes. They chose not to protect you. They chose what they chose. Yeah. I love you guys. Till the next video, hold your head up. We're all in this together in a community. Protect your children, because there's so many fucking pedophiles running free these days, and they're all in our family. We got pedophiles in our motherfucking family, and that's another reason why you need to get the fuck away from your toxic relatives, because they know there's a pedophile in the family and they'll protect the pedophile before they protect you. But God Almighty, when God steps in, it's gonna be a sad case. Revenge is the Lord's. Vengeance is the Lord's. Just all you got to do is level up, cut your parents off forever, treat them like they're dead, and become a better fucking human being. And God's going to force them. Like in Psalm 23, God will prepare a table in the presence of your enemies. God's going to bless you in your parents' face. And they can't touch you. They can't get near you. When I blow up and become celebrity status, because I am blowing up. My mother will not be able to touch me, my money. She's dead to me. She's dead to me. She can rot in the nursing home when her ass gets 70, 80, 90. I'm gone. She better call on my sister to wipe her ass, because me and my brother are done with her. She's disgusting. She will reap what she sow. And on that note, guys, I love you. Have a blessed evening. If you need me for coaching, book me. My email address is down below, Chanel Jasmine. And also, the trips, I announced the trips, Jamaica and Dominican Republic. If you're interested, email me. And next week, I am launching my national tour. Charlotte, North Carolina, here I come. South Carolina, here I come. Orlando, Miami, and Memphis, Tennessee. I'll see y'all. If you want to come, please get your tickets. Email me, ChanelJasmine@gmail.com. Good night, y'all. Love you.